Hi everyone, it's Susan Winter here for SusanWinter.net. Thank you for joining me. I have some of your questions and my answers today. This one is about a young man writing about an older woman, but two generic questions that we oftentimes have in a new relationship, which is pace and somebody who's newly divorced. So there's information for you even if you're not in an age gap relationship. So this is from Roger. Roger, thank you for writing. And Roger writes, Dear Susan, I'm dating a mother of two right now. She's 35 and I'm 25. Anyway, she really wants to enjoy life at the moment because she left a relationship of 10 years about 6 months ago. We had sex recently, but she starts to resist it now. I really get the feeling that she starts to get too attached and is afraid of that feeling. I really want a future with her. How do I pace this? And then a bunch of X's. Okay, Roger, love your question. On many different levels, here is my advice. Pace is vitally important. Pace is important in any new relationship. And you might notice almost every single time you and your partner have disruption and you get a little weird feelings because you're not going at the same pace. Somebody slows down and it freaks out the other person. Now, sometimes I've seen both people run headlong. One has incentivized the other, let go, let's go, let's go. Those are the hot and heavy, burn too quickly things, and they don't last. But pace is important. Now, here's another thing that impacts it is timing. So there is a sense of pace when you know what you're looking at and you've been out in the world dating, like my girlfriend and her fiance, soon-to-be husband. They've been dating for years, they knew, and when they saw each other, there's the recognition, oh my goodness, because they've had time. He's divorced long enough, she's been dating long enough and involved long enough, so you know what you're looking at. 6 months out, you're in the exploration stage. Part of you is just shaking off the past, part of you is licking your wounds, part of you is still mad at your ex, mad that for whatever reason they didn't grow with you, they didn't fulfill the marriage contract, mad that you have to separate, maybe sick of them. I don't know what her backstory is. But in 6 months, she's in an exploration stage, and Roger, you're part of that exploration. Why? Because you're the young guy, which can easily make you minimized and not give you your full value. Except you're kind of extraordinary because you want to have a future with her. And so for all of you out there that may not be familiar with older women and younger men, the thing that I think is so extraordinary about these young guys is that the young men who actively choose an older woman, do so because they want a level of content they cannot find in their peers. And the other thing, when they find somebody that they admire and respect, they're ready to do what it takes. I've seen young guys, like maybe 5 or 6 years older than the oldest child, take on a family and raise those kids, when everybody thought the odds were against them. But make no mistake, when a young man loves you and is committed to you and knows it's a package deal, he will take on the whole family. And this, I think you're right, Roger, you're very intuitive, which is also a blessing of being in a younger generation. You've had more social information that has seeped down throughout the ages, right? People do oftentimes stop themselves from getting involved, especially if they think it's too much too soon. And she may be doing one of these temporary recalibrations. That's common and that's okay. You just want to see how long does she stay there and how does she respond to you when she snaps out of it. Because people can oftentimes fear losing their identity. So as they move forward emotionally, they do the worst thing you could possibly do in terms of how it affects their partner. They pull back and kind of shut down and go into quiet and don't want to talk about it. And then of course their partner's going to be freaking out like, oh my God, this is the end of the ride. What are we going to do? This is where it gets tricky. And again, that has to do with pace. So give her some time to modulate herself. What I would suggest that is important, consistent contact, not overbearing, not needy, just, hi, how are you? Thinking about you, wishing you well. Did everything go well at school for the kids this morning? just stay in contact. And if you have to, just be blatant about it. Say, look, I really like you. I know you're 6 months out, but I see you as a woman that I would take very seriously. And I'd be honored to be a part of this family, just so you know. And then, Roger, the piece for you, or any young guy watching this. In order to be seen as a viable partner for a future, you need to be on point as far as your own personal life, your career, and how you handle yourself. There's a woman who will toy with you, unfortunately, or play with you, or just experiment with you because you're young and you're cute and she can, and you like her and she likes you. But she may never put you into the basket of an actual partner in her future if she sees that you are immature in your professional life. So if you just finished school, if you're ambitious, anything you can do to have your personal life and your professional life together, being accountable, being on time, being responsible, paying your debts, going to your job and doing well there. Maybe you got a side hustle, really taking care of business. All these things will consistently show a woman that even though you don't have the traction of years, you have potential and you have the right stuff that she can sit back and go, he is pretty industrious. Maybe he is more than just my experimentation 6 months out. So I hope this helps you, Roger. Thank you so much for writing me, and I wish you the very best. So all of you who subscribe here, thank you. Those of you who've called me on Magnify for my help, last minute, you need to talk to somebody right now. Those of you who contact me on my consultation page, and those of you who have allowed me a full day with you, which is so incredible. I thank you very much. Thank you for entrusting me with your decisions. Thank you for allowing me to be of assistance. My best wishes to all of you. Bye-bye now.